Hey everyone, it's Jacob from MidPointe Library, and I'm here with another maker. Today we're going to be working on some origami. Now, before you tune out and go, I don't have any origami paper at home, don't worry. We're also going to go over how you can make your own origami-like paper at home. So let's start with that. So if you're following along at home and you don't have any origami paper, you can also do this. So to make any type of origami paper, the main thing you're looking to do is eventually get it down into a perfect square. That's what's going to let you fold everything the way that you need to. So to start with that, most paper you'll have at home is going to be like this printer paper. It's a rectangle. It doesn't seem like it's going to work. But what you can do is fold your paper right down the crease like that. And what that's going to do is make a right angle right down here at the bottom. So this is going to be a 90-degree angle. You're going to have this extra strip. Once you cut that off, it's going to be a square. Now, to make sure that the square is perfect, I personally like to take it and fold it one more time. You're going to do the same thing. Take the top corner, bring it down. Sometimes if you're using computer paper, it can be a little bit, get a little bit stuck in the corners, or it can kind of try and make a fold that you don't want there. That's okay, you just got to be a little bit tougher with it than you would normal origami paper. So what you're going to wind up with is this. It looks kind of like a house. Then take your scissors and you're going to cut off this long strip. And when you cut, you're going to want to not cut off any of the folded portions. Just get this long rectangle that you don't need. And once you do that, unfold it out, and bam, you've got a square and you can start to do some origami. Follow any type of pattern you want. Now, the origami pattern that we're going to do today is we're going to be making fox bookmarks. You can actually use this to make any type of bookmark. You can do a whole bunch of different styles, but at the end of all of this, we're going to have a fox bookmark. So you can start with paper like this. If you want to have a design, you can always print one out on the paper. To save ink, I would recommend either drawing some sort of pattern, or you could also use some type of colored construction paper. That would work really well. You won't have the white on the opposite side, but you will get that splash of color if that's what you're looking for. Now to make this today, I'm going to be doing it on both papers. This one's going to look a little bit nicer when it comes out at the end. This one is going to be a little bit bigger, so it's easier to follow along. So the first thing that you're going to do to make a bookmark is fold it in half. Once you have your square folded in half, let's go over here and we'll do it with this tinier paper. Now whenever you're making anything with origami, you're going to want to make sure that you have a very clean line. So make sure you press it down. That's going to make it look much better as your end result. Once you have it folded into this big triangle, take the bottom corner and pull it on up to the very top. You're going to then do this on the opposite side. So it's going to look like that. Let's do it on the big one so it can be maybe a little bit easier to see. Take this bottom corner, pull it all the way up to the top, press down, just there. And that's going to make a new crease for you. Then with this one, go up to the top, get it up in that new corner, and press it down. So now what you have is what looks like a square with a long seam down the end, right, going down straight down the middle. Once you've done this, in order to just make any type of bookmark, what you're going to do is open it back up. Now here's the part that gets a little bit tricky. Your paper is folded out like this. You want to take this top piece here and bring it down to the bottom. So you're not folding over the whole top portion. You're just taking the side closest to you and pulling that down. This part can stay back here for a moment. Then, with these pieces that fold back over it, take them back and then push them down just like so. So over here, we're going to do it one more time. Right now, you've got it sticking out. Take it up, pull it like you had it originally, but take the top half, this half, right over this dotted line that I'm drawing, and you're going to tuck that right back down. Now at this point, you still have the original back piece. What you can do with this is take that and also tuck it back in. You're going to get what kind of looks like a hat, and it works really well as a bookmark. So if you have a book like this one here, go to whatever page you have. You can even put a couple pages in it if you want. Slide it into the corner, and voila, you've got a bookmark. It's pretty small, so it won't fall out of the book. It's pretty tight, so you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. And it's as easy as that. But what if you want your bookmark to look a little bit cuter? What if you want it to make, like, say, a fox? What you're going to do for that, let's go back to this one that we have. Remember, we got to this position. I'll do it one more time real quick. We folded up once, corner to corner. Then we took the bottom part of this triangle and folded it up to the top. Then we did the same on the opposite side. So we have this square with a seam down the middle. Now, if you want to make a fox, you'll need to give it some fox ears. That'll really make it stick out and be obvious what it is. So to do that, you're going to take your top corners here and fold them down just a little bit. So it's going to wind up looking like this. You'll do the same on the opposite side. Try and get them as even as possible. And that doesn't look perfect, but it's pretty close. You want them to look the same on either side. This side's a little bit higher, but it'll be fine. Then we're going to do the same thing we did on the last one. Take this middle piece, bring it down to the bottom, fold that over. And now, this is probably the hardest part about doing the fox, which is a pretty easy origami piece. You're going to be stuffing these back in this little pocket that you've made, same way that you did over here. But you're then also going to have these pieces that you folded over sticking out from the very top. So you'll take it back, bring that part down over it and make a crease. But then bring the top back out. That's why you did the fold earlier, so it'll stick back out. Do the same on the opposite side. Oop. And now it's going to look like you have this little triangle, the same that you had on the other one, but it's also going to have these two other triangles sticking out the top. Those are going to be your fox ears. Then I like to take this back piece and once again tuck that down into the bottom. You don't have to tuck this last piece in. In fact, it'll hold the page a little bit better if it's a little bit longer. Let's try this again. Pull that back out, get these ears popped back in. It's a little cold outside, so my hands aren't working quite as good as they normally do. Okay, start from there. And then we're going to be tucking this all the way down to the bottom. Just like so. So now you see the start of a fox face and these ears. What I'm going to do now, and this will work really well, especially if you use some of the printer paper, because you'll have this extra strip of paper. What I'm going to do now is decorate this to look like a fox. So I like to do a little black line along the ears. just like that. So now we've got the fox ears. Give him a little nose down here at the bottom. Just color that in also with black. And then to do the place for his eyes, and this is technically not origami because I'm going to be adding other stuff in, gluing it on. I take some extra paper. And I'm going to make small little half semicircles. You could also do some half semi-ovals. Sometimes that works best for me. Just like that. And then with glue, we're going to be gluing these down right there. It's going to help make him look a little bit more fox-like when we add 2 dots for his eyes. Going to put this down on the back of either one. Then press it down so they go right above his nose. You want the white to end right above where you added that black dot for the nose. Glue stick the other side. And glue that one on down. And then take your marker again and draw yourself 2 dots. And there you go, a fox bookmark. You can use it in your favorite book to make sure you know where you are when you're reading. Just take it, you see the very top where it opens up, slide that part down, and you got a little fox friend that'll keep your place in whatever book you're working on now. I hope this was easy to follow along to. I know sometimes origami can get a little bit confusing, especially when you're doing all of the different folds. I'm going to do one more that'll talk us through now that you know what it looks like at the end. You can follow along. Remember, if you don't have origami paper at home, you can just use some computer paper, fold it down, fold it again, cut off the bottom, and you've got a perfect square. Once you make that, you can even use rectangular pieces of paper of different sizes, and you can make even smaller squares of paper. Now, the smaller the paper gets, the harder it can be to handle, but you can also come up with things that look super cute, super small, and easy to do. So, to make a bookmark, take your paper and put it this way so it's kind of not a square, but it's diagonal. Take the bottom corner, bring it all the way up to the top to fold your paper into a triangle. Once you have it in the triangle, take your bottom corner, fold it up to the top. And you're going to wind up with the same shape you started with, just with the seam running down the middle. Now, if you want to make a fox, you're going to be folding over the paper again. Just like that. And then taking the top part from the inside of the triangle and bringing that all the way down to the bottom. Now, once you fold up these papers, these corners, you actually can kind of see right down there where you need to fold this paper down into. Once you've done that, you're going to tuck this top portion and then pull your ears back up. And then again, tuck this top portion. And bring your ears back up. And then go down to the very back and tuck that final portion all the way down. Just like that. And once you finish, you can add your decorations, make it look like a fox like this with the eyes and the ears and the nose. I've also seen people use this to make monsters with big fangs like a vampire. You can make a whole bunch of different designs all with this simple bookmark origami trick. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know how it goes. You can post your pictures. Maybe you make a fox, or you can use your imagination to make whatever you would like. Let us see on our Facebook, Instagram, or our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. Have a great day. Bye.